Hey everybody, question for you. And it's not a rhetorical question, it's a serious one. Where are you finding peace these days? It's not a heck of a lot of it out there. Let's be serious. It's certainly not by turning on the television, is it? It's bad. Things in this world are like I've never seen. I miss the world I grew up in. School shootings, war, shortages, everything. And we need an escape from it. Even if it's temporary, even if it's just for a couple hours. And as you all know, I like to go shopping. I like the beach. I like to do stuff for myself. I like to do stuff by myself. So what is it that you do? What are some of the things that you do, or some of the things or places that you go to escape everything that's going on now, whether it's in the world or your personal life? What I do, along with, like what I said, shopping, I like to go back in time. I can have a bad day and I can just sit in the recliner in my living room that my dad bought me when I was, going through a bad time with my heart. And I can cue up the Brady Bunch. And I can watch episode after episode of the Brady Bunch. Or I can look at books of my favorite artist of all time, Michael Jackson. I think I'm his biggest fan. One might argue that. I can put on Michael Jackson music. I can put on music that I listened to as a kid. And just think back to what I was doing when those songs were popular. I can even remember what I was wearing. Certain outfits at certain ages. I have a very good long-term memory. I might not be able to remember what I did this morning, but my long-term memory is intact. And it's stuff like that. I have a lot of, I don't think you'd say memorabilia. I have a lot of items from my childhood. I still have some of my dolls. I even have clothes. I saved my children's clothes. I have every outfit that my kids came home from the hospital in. I have their little wristbands. I have their toys. I have their shoes, their first pair of shoes. I do a lot of stuff around the house. So what is it that you do to escape the madness of what is going on in this world, even if it's just for an hour? One thing about Michael Jackson, I don't think I've told you, the first thing on my bucket list that I wanted to do was I wanted to see Michael Jackson's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I did that. My son was 13, and he'll be 21, so that was almost 8 years ago. I got on a plane, literally got on a plane with my son. We stayed in San Diego. We rented a car. And in the GPS, I punched in Hollywood Boulevard. And we went to Hollywood, and we walked up and down Hollywood Boulevard until I found Michael Jackson's star on the Walk of Fame. And I had a picture of me on the ground as at his star as one of my Facebook profile pics. One of these days I'll get fancy and I'll learn how to crop that picture into one of my videos. that was one of the things that I wanted to do, and I just have that memory. And it's things like that that I reflect on. Like I said, I have a lot of these books. I look at these. I look at pictures of myself with Michael Jackson wax figures at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, New York City. That's another place that I like to go to. Haven't been in a couple years. On my Alexa, while I'm making my bed in the morning before work, I cue up Michael Jackson or the Jackson 5. Just little stuff like that that I can do just to reel myself in when that world out there or that world all around us is just getting a little much. And I've said it before, the worst thing you can do for yourself if you want to start your day off good is to turn on the news. I think I said it again, how much I like to go shopping. Even if it's just going to the Dollar Tree after work and buying one item. I do that for myself. And I know not everybody has extra money. And I'm glad that at the end of the month and the end of the week, I can spend a few dollars on myself. I like to putt around my house, do stuff around the house, redecorate with little things that I have. In fact, I'll show you a couple things that I've done. But yeah, we need to find an outlet, even if it's just sitting in a chair outside or sitting in your car for a few minutes listening to some music. There's been days that I come home from work, whether it's a bad day at work or not, and I have the radio on, and I just sit in my car and I listen to a certain song or just a bunch of songs before I have to come in the house and start my second job. Even though my kids are grown, I have Max, and that's just like a kid. And that's okay to do that too. If you need time in between certain things, it's okay to take 10, 15 minutes to yourself before you go and do anything else. You need to have a balance. Because you, just like a job or family members or anything, we have a lot of responsibility in life, but you need to be a responsibility too. You need to be a priority. Your mental health needs to be a priority. Not just your job, not just your family, not just your house. You need to do something for yourself. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I've done around the house, kind of like extra touches to things that you might have already seen around the house. And it's little things like I'm going to show you that make me happy, that balance out everything. And it might just be something I made from the Dollar Tree or picked up at a thrift store. But that's my outlet, doing little things for myself. As positive as I try to be, I have plenty of worries too, but I try not to dwell on them. Because when things seem out of our control, the way we can control is choosing how much energy we're going to put into the negative. You know, that school shooting, the only way I can deal with that is to not watch it, to not engage in conversations, to not scroll through Facebook. Everybody has an opinion about gun control or mental health. My opinion, and it's just my opinion, if you have to go to a doctor and basically get a psych eval to get a medication to help you with your mental health, you should get a psych, you should have to have a psych eval before you can go to Walmart when you're 18 and just get a gun willy-nilly. But that's my opinion. So the way that I choose to deal with the sadness that's going on in the world is to just not watch it. And it doesn't mean I'm ignoring it. But if I'm not ingesting the negative of that, then chances are I'll sleep a little better. That's just where I'm at with it all. As far as the price of gas, you drive accordingly. I try not to let it go below a half a tank, and I fill it back up. I don't know what the future holds for gas. As far as the rising price of groceries, I try to be, proactive and stock up best I can, and I show you all about that too, and I think I'm just about due for another stock up video. I'll probably do that this weekend. But I'm just rambling on. I'm going to get to showing you the few little minor details that I've added in my home. You can just show you, and you'll get a better understanding of the little things that I do to balance it all out. So, I'm going to bring you into the bathroom, and I'm going to show you what I've done. You've already seen what I've done in the bathroom, but this tripod's getting a little tricky. But I added something. Remember the picture of that little girl that I had? Let's walk in there. I'll show you. So the picture of that little girl with the reddish hair that I told you reminded me of myself. The picture was on the wall and it was kind of bare. So what I did was I made that little swag. I went to Michael's and they were having a 50% off their summer florals. And I got some little orange flowers and some of the green. And I just took some twine and secured it, also with the glue gun. Hung it up there. And I stuck a little straw flower up there. So that doesn't look as naked anymore. And then I also picked up some towels that match the curtain, shower curtain. And here I am again. So let me show you what else I'm doing around here. It's right in the kitchen. I think you might have seen the video of when I took the table out of here. And then the video of when I got these canisters on the side of the road. I put those there. And those greeneries, or the greenery, that's new. I just hung those up there, and those I got at the Target dollar spot. So that's what I did. And then I think I showed you the basket that I got at that house on the side of the road. Just stuck it up there. So, those are little things that I do to keep the balance going in my life when life gets tough. When life gets tough. And then I also have this guy to keep me busy, right, Max? And Max is doing this thing where he likes to spend a majority of his time in between the couch and the coffee table. And he does it when I'm just sitting in the recliner. He does it when I'm cleaning the house. I don't know what it is about that spot, but he feels really secure there. And he's not in distress. I think he's just comfortable. Right, Max? Right? yeah, that's what I do to keep the peace in my life. I also read a little bit. But what is it that you do in this crazy world for a distraction? It's hard not to turn that TV on. It's hard not to watch the news. I even get sucked in. But I try to start my mornings off really positive. There's a network called Daystar. In the car, I listen to K-Love on my way to work. Max is in my room with me now. In the morning, while I'm having coffee, I watch Daystar. And it's faith-based TV. You know, there's services. There is a pastor, I think his name is Jentezen Franklin. He's really good. That's a good way to start your day off. And one more thing I will say, that while we are preparing our homes for crisis or stockpiling, like I do, for emergency, for shortages, all that, while we are preparing our homes, we also need to be preparing our soul. I think it's time that we all get right. Because the times that we are living in, I think you can agree, we've never seen anything like this. So we need to get our mental health in check. We need to get our spirituality in check. We need to get our soul in check. And that's not anything that you need to share with anybody. You know, I don't think I've come on here preaching, but I have given you hints of, you know, my beliefs and what gets me by. But we need to work on what's in here. We need to make sure that we are secure in our soul, because we just don't know. You never know. So anyways, I just wanted to ask everybody what you are doing in these troubled times to maintain your sanity and your peace and your balance. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to share with me what you do. And have a good night. Thank you for watching. Be well, and I wish you all peace.